YouTube family, I am so pleased. I will no longer share my journey back to health from obese to optimal health. But from now on, I will share my journey back to health from overweight to optimal health. Last Saturday, which was my weighing day, I actually realized that something was different on my screen and the color was different. And initially, I didn't pay too much attention. And then I realized that it was not red anymore, it was orange. It didn't say obese, but overweight. I was so pleased. It was such a milestone for me, which made me realize that yes, I check my weight twice a week, but I'm no longer attached to a number. I'm actually attached to a process. My ultimate goal is not weight loss, it's health, optimal health. And there is no shortcut for that, which takes me to this week's subject. I'm going to discuss non-scaled victories. When you go on a scale, you see a number go up and down, and you know if it's going the right way or not. But then we tend to forget everything else that is happening around and is actually helping us towards the right direction. All these things that are not related to the scale and that are absolutely amazing too. Since I started this journey at the end of December, I have lost 7 kilos, about 15 pounds or just over a stone. That doesn't sound much, and I agree with you because it's just the beginning of my journey. But at the same time, I put on weight every single month from October 2022 to December 2023. So for me, it's a major milestone. I've been able to just stop the trend and reverse it. So in itself, it's massive progress. So here are all the things that are not related to that number that are making such a difference to me in my life. First, I am functional. And what it means is I can do pretty much everything I want with my body without any pain. That was actually my trigger. My issue was I couldn't sit down to tie my laces without being in pain from my belly being there, from just bending over, and it was like horrible. That was literally the trigger. And now I can do that, no issue. So yeah, good win. Secondly, my body is sore, but not sore from just being painful, sore from being to the gym 5 times a week, sore from using these muscles and pushing myself. I have to say I'm very careful because I fear any injury just because of my frozen shoulder from last year. Still try to push myself. I decided to make it a bit more spicy and set myself some new challenges. For when it comes to the gym, my challenge is to be able to do one unaided pull-up by the end of the year. And basically what it means, like you hang on a bar, pull yourself up to have the chin above the bar. I've never been able to do it, and I'm super excited about being able to do it. Second challenge, to be able to run 10K in under 1 hour. Now, when I'm training towards these 2 goals. I'm pretty excited about it, and it really helps to get me going. Next is clothing. 7 kilos basically is usually one size down. I can feel it. When I started, my clothes were way too tight and I was actually at the border buying the nice size up. And I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to lose weight instead. So now my clothes are quite comfortable. I have still bought 1, 2, maybe 3 tops because I want to acknowledge these amazing results. And even though I have clothes at the right size, I feel like I'm a new person and I need to celebrate. So this top, for example, is a brand new one. I sleep better. Falling asleep has never been an issue, but staying asleep was usually a bit of an issue. Not necessarily longer. I've got this ring, which is the Oura ring. I'll put the link in the show notes. And basically, this ring tracks my sleep. And since I started this new way of life, my deep sleep went from not even 15 minutes to almost an hour and a half, which is unbelievable. My REM is also really high. When I wake up, I feel rested. And we know how much sleep is important to lose weight, but also for stress. Next is my brain. I can think better. I can think faster. I felt good before, but a bit slow. And it's like brain fog had been lifted, and something that I didn't even realize. So it's quite magical, which means that it takes a lot less time to make decisions and to do things. So I'm a lot more productive, which takes me to my next one. I'm a lot more positive. And to be honest, I can't explain this one because things are not a lot easier. By forcing myself to follow this routine, there's been a shift in my mind, and it's just like, yeah, you just do it. I try to see the positive in everything I do now, even though I don't necessarily want to do it. I just do it, and then it makes things a lot better. One thing that I cannot see is body composition. And actually someone asked me if I was testing, what's going on in my body, because obviously carnivore people are often afraid about, having too much protein, which would be an issue on the kidney, or too much fat, which can have an impact on the lipid profile. To be honest, I haven't done any blood tests to start with because over the years, my blood panel was pretty consistent. But what I will be doing is towards the end, or at least within 3 to 6 months, perhaps check how things are moving. There is no point doing blood tests before 3 months because it still takes time for cells to regenerate and for habits to come into place. I won't do anything before June or September. But yes, I am quite curious about what's going on. In terms of body composition, what is also super important is to build muscle, strengthen the bone, even more as we age, because let's be honest, one of the worst things that can happen to an elderly is to fall. And in order to prevent falls, we need to have strong muscles to just be in control of our body, but also if we fall, that the bones won't just shatter. And I would say that I think overall, my biggest win is my mindset. I've spent most of my life on diet since a very early age until my mid-30s, but I'll explain that in a different video. Now, because it's just about health, it doesn't matter what the scale says on one day or another, because as long as I am consistent and I'm doing what I know is best for my body, I feel good about myself. And yeah, it's a total shift from before. It's not an obsession to get a number of the scale or to get a number for clothing. It's more of a health journey. I used to take my health for granted, aren't we all, until I got this shoulder injury. It seems to be out of nowhere. I realized that from the age of 45, things were accelerating in terms of health. And I didn't quite get that, but we're not aging in the process. And then the other day I was talking to a friend and she said, well, actually until 50, everything was pretty much fine. But then from the age of 50, everything accelerated. And I'm like, hang on a minute. I'm turning 50 in 6 months. So I'm really glad I'm on this journey because yes, things will accelerate, but my health journey will be in such a better place. There is just one thing I need to add. One thing I am not happy about. I don't know if it's because I've only started not too long ago or if there is an issue, but at the moment I don't want to worry about it. It's my belly. Still, I feel quite swollen and bloated, not painful, but just I feel it should have shrunk a bit more, look a bit more. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I have no gut issue. Everything is functioning well. Obviously, I'm in perimenopause, so I'm thinking, okay, fine, that must be some perimenopause stuff. And at the moment, as long as I'm just losing weight, improving things, I'm not going to worry about it. But towards the end, if nothing has changed, then yes, that will definitely be something I will want to address more specifically because there is no reason for me to have this belly. That was my list. Actually, that's more my short list than my long list. I can assure you there is a lot more to add to that, but I didn't want to overwhelm you with everything. This is what people tend to forget where they are on their weight loss journey. Non-scale victories are a very long list. Google it and you'll see how long it can be. Actually, I would recommend not just to Google non-scale victories, but whole 30 non-scale victories. In my opinion, that's the most exhaustive list. Weight loss is not about the weight you lose, but it's about everything else that you win. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I would love for you to leave a comment and let me know what you've gained from losing weight. And if you've enjoyed this episode, you might enjoy this one or that one. Next week, I've been asked to show you what I eat on a carnivore diet. So that's what you can expect. Do hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so that you don't miss that episode. Until then, have a great week.